community.
1, 2, 3. Saints!
Something nice to wear. Who gets that money they've just spent? Well, it seems some of it has made its way to Wakefield, where it's being used to tackle local youngsters. And I do mean tackle.
Paul Wake is a rarity, an American football coach here in the UK.
Ready, go!
And whilst driving to work one day, he made an observation.
I was travelling over to Huddersfield University at the time. I was coaching at Huddersfield and noticed that there was a large amount of use on the street in and around our community. And probably like everybody else, thought something has to be done, but probably looked to other people. And then thought, well, you know, why can't we do something?
But buying the kit required to play the sport is a pricey business.
It's about £350 to kit a player out. Once that initial investment in equipment is there, the running costs are no more than other sports clubs, but it does require that initial investment.
With lower income families living locally, Paul knew he'd have to secure funding and approached West Yorkshire Police and Crime Commissioner Mark Burns-Williamson to ask for help from the Proceeds of Crime Fund.
I set the fund up about 4 years ago, and I'm really pleased to say I've now distributed nearly £3 million to more than 600 groups throughout West Yorkshire. And it's for grants for up to £6,000. And whilst it's not a massive amount in the great scheme of things, for projects like this, I think it does make a very big difference on the ground.
5, 4, 3, 2, right, go!
The fund distributes money to local groups, and the money it uses is all seized from criminals. And with funding in place, Paul contacted local high schools to canvass interest.
One of the teachers, I remember remarking that we think we might get a really good pickup on this. The kids have been talking about it, and we might get about 20 or 30 response at the end of assembly, which is quite good. And when the assembly ended, we had about 80 kids show and sign up. So the response has been fantastic.
Well done.
And with that, the Pitt Valley Saints were born. Established in 2018, the club provides a unique opportunity for local teenagers.
I've watched it before and I thought it was really interesting, but all the teams are like in Sheffield, Lincoln, Leeds, and my mum couldn't really afford me taking me there, so that's why I joined Pitt Valley Saints.
The club is proving a vital way to keep local kids occupied and out of trouble.
Youth diversion is a key one because, unfortunately, when we've seen youth services close, a lot of those traditional services that have been available have disappeared. And in a sense, if we don't, make sure there are other opportunities, then the danger is that some of them are targeted, actually, by criminal gangs and exploited in some quite sinister ways.
But thanks to funding from Proceeds of Crime, the new recruits are experiencing big changes in their lives.
Well, I used to have a lot of anger issues and I used to get quite upset with myself at times, but this has really helped me focus and control my emotions better.
Ready, go!
Before I joined, I was really bad in school, and I think I was nearly on the edge of getting promoted from school. And when I come down here, they teach me how to be independent and grown up, so I thank them for that.
So, what don't we do?
I've been seeing some of the young people arrive. It's great that it's good exercise, obviously. It's a team sport. It creates energy, and I'm sure it's a real sort of community ethos behind the team as well.
Coach Wake has seen the benefits for the wider community firsthand.
Some of the troubled kids, it's just brought some focus and discipline into their life. Obviously, it's a healthy activity as it is. But also, one of the great things we've seen is parents getting involved as team managers or getting involved in other sorts of roles that they do. It's created a new family in the community.
But it's the funding from the criminals' ill-gotten gains that makes Pitt Valley Saints seem such a success story.
The funding has been absolutely great in terms of helping us with equipment. So even though the running costs are relatively minimal, just that funding has made a difference that we can kit up more kids, we can engage more kids and get more kids interested in getting out there, being active, getting engaged and working and helping in the community.
It's not what local dealers and fraudsters thought they'd be spending their money on, but in this part of Wakefield, criminal cash is a big hit.
I think American football is an amazing sport. It's a lot more technical than I ever thought it would be, and it's very fun to play.
It's also helping young people in the area to create a better future for themselves.
I'm hoping to go to college and just keep practicing American football because I really want to play in American NFL to try and get a college. Try going to like a college or go to Leeds Beckett, for example, and do American football.
And by investing criminal gains into youth diversion, the Proceeds of Crime Act ensures that local communities get their quarterback.
Store and build up that community.
1, 2, 3. Saves! Woo!
That community.
1, 2, 3. Saves! Woo!